Hey guys, welcome back to Kellie TV. Well, I really cannot believe that Pretty Little Liars Season 4 is almost over. I actually kind of forgot about it until I saw the preview tonight for this season finale, and I'm sad, as I always am when the seasons are ending. But first of all, let's talk about the cliffhanger of the ending tonight. Oh my gosh, who do you think was behind, or who do you think they found in Philadelphia at that place that supposedly Allison sent them to? I'm kind of thinking it might be Mona, but I'm not really sure. But it seems like it's somebody that they don't really like. So that's kind of why I'm guessing Mona, but maybe it's Ezra? Maybe it's Ezra because he's writing this book. Maybe he's keeping up with the clues. I don't know. So who do you think it is? And I do want to talk about the season finale. The preview for that was just amazing. But first, let's recap this episode, which was called UnBridled. So from the previews for this episode, I was like, is this going to be a dream sequence or something? And I thought, you know, that's going to be kind of lame. So thankfully it wasn't. They had a legit reason for all being in bridal gowns. They were helping out Allison's mother at some sort of bridal event, so that totally made sense. But this episode was the episode of characters we hadn't seen in forever returning. So what's up with Arya's mom suddenly coming back to the show? I was seriously wondering if we were ever going to see her again. And Jason, did he look different to you? Something about him looks different to me and I just can't figure out what it is. If you know what it is, let me know down below. Anyway, he was super shady. He lied about the fact that he'd been in rehab for the past 2 years because that place is closed. So, hey Jason, where have you been? Also, how shady was Allie's mom? I mean, she acted super sketchy. Plus, Hannah's mom found those brand new clothes that Allie's mom had recently bought, and they look like they would fit Allie, so what's the deal with that? At first I was thinking that Jason and Allie's mom know that Allison's alive. They've kind of been helping her this whole time. But then when Allison called at the end of the show, she was like, don't tell my mom doesn't know. So I'm kind of confused. I don't think that Allison's mom and Jason's mom are on the A-team. I don't think that they're bad people. What do you guys think? And also I'm wondering, who is it that was buried in the grave that was supposed to be Allison? I'm still thinking they're going to go with the twin theory. They kind of alluded to that tonight because they talked about some girl who looked like Cece Drake who was talking to Spencer or Spencer's sister. So I'm kind of wondering, is that going to be Allie's twin? Are we going to go with the theory like they did in the books? But then the bones, I guess, from the hands of whoever's in that grave showed up tonight on Spencer's dress. And I'm like, okay, is there someone in there, or who's in there? Is it her twin? Like, who do you think it is? Or is it somebody that we just don't even know, just some random girl that we haven't been introduced to? Because if you remember, they did bring up that some girls had lost their friend, and I don't remember if they said they ever found the body. Perhaps that will all tie together. Like, maybe it's the body of those girls' friend that they met, like, a couple episodes ago. This show always goes off on these crazy tangents, and sometimes they do not work all the pieces back together. So I'm always just wondering, we've always been wondering, like, who is in the grave? So I'm seriously hoping that the season finale is going to answer some questions. After all, it is called A is for Answers. It looks like Allie is going to have a major role in this episode, which is really cool. And what I have heard is that she's going to tell what actually happened to her that night, which don't you think we need to know by now? Because basically that's been the whole basis for the series. We've been wondering what happened to Allie that night for the longest time. So I'm really looking forward to it. And what about the part in the preview for next week's episode where there was someone and they're like, take off the mask, take off the mask. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just dying to find out who is behind that mask. So I'm thinking it's like maybe CC or somebody like that. I do not think it's going to be Big A. I think possibly it'll be somebody who's on the A team, but it could just be another, you know, little game they're playing with us. It could be somebody who's, you know, there to help them or whoever, and they're going to be like, oh, no, I was just here watching you guys, trying to protect you guys, pretending to be somebody I wasn't because I didn't want the bad people to know that I wasn't on their side. You know, that same game that we've heard before. So let me know what you thought about this episode. Overall, I thought it was kind of just okay, just because a lot of things didn't get resolved. We had a lot more questions from this episode, but I think that is okay because they're leading up to the finale. So I do have high hopes that we're going to have some questions answered in the finale. I will be super let down if the person in the mask is another person who's like, oh, hey guys, I'm just, you know, here to help you girls. Like all the other people they've tried to make seem bad. They're always just there to help the girls, right? I think we're all getting kind of tired of that. So please let us know something concrete. Show us a member of the A-team. Tell us something that we can, finally help put this big puzzle together of what happened to Allie. Let us know who's in the grave. I really hope we find out who is in the grave next week. And I just cannot believe that this season's already over, thankfully, or already almost over. Thankfully, we do have another season at least to look forward to. And remember, I am now live, or not live, but I will be doing videos the day that PLL airs, and sadly we only have one more episode, but I'll be back for season 5. So next Tuesday, about an hour after it airs on the East Coast, so like 10 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to have my review up of the finale, so you want to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss that next week. So again, let me know what you thought about this episode. What are your thoughts for the season finale? What do you think is going to be revealed? Do you think Allie's mom is a bad guy? Do you think Jason's bad? Do you think anybody that we trust is bad? One of the girls maybe? What about Paige? Quickly, I forgot to mention that Paige, although really annoying, I don't think she's like on the A-team. I think she really likes Emily, and I think she is worried about Emily's safety. I think she thinks Allison is bad, which that's a theory I haven't totally ruled out. Allison may be evil, guys. She may be at fault. She may be trying to trap the girls. So, we'll see. But anyway, thanks again for watching this episode of Kellie TV, and don't forget to subscribe so that you'll see my review of the season finale next week, and stay tuned for reviews of other shows. You just never know what I might review. Have a great night. Bye-bye.